Hi there, Pastor Jed with this week's Elder Blip. And I decided to change up the scenery just a little bit and come out to my car. I often find myself driving to different places in the community and praying for those of you in our church. And as I do, I pray for our community and just the opportunity that we have to be a testimony and a light to those around us. And as I've been praying for you all this week, my prayer has been your joy. And no doubt that prayer is stemming from just what I am learning and studying in my own personal time with the Lord. This week I decided to do something a little different as I have my times with the Lord, and I've been reading through the book of Philippians. And I've read it in different translations. I've listened to it, and I tell you what, that is a book. If you are struggling with just your happiness or your joy, that is a book that just oozes with joy and oozes with gratitude. As Paul writes that to the Philippian church, he is probably one of the most passionately joyous people that you'll come across. And what's fascinating is as you read this book, you question what's going on in Paul's life that he brings so much joy and gratitude to this man's heart. And you realize he's in a prison cell. He's in prison. He's being just attacked for his faith, and he is just absolutely as the pen just scribes the words onto the page, you see the love and gratitude just come forth as Paul writes the words in that book. You see his heart, and he has a heart that the Philippian church would embrace and know this joy that he has. I mean, and as he's expressing this to the people, he's like, and as you engage in this, as you understand it, you will have a unity about you. And it's interesting, he's writing a church that is surrounded by lies and false teachings and just attacks to the truth. A very similar time and situation that we live in today. But as Paul is encouraging them in those circumstances, he's he's pointing them to something. Actually, not something, someone. And as you read through, I mean, Philippians 2, Paul just paints this wonderful picture of our Savior Jesus Christ. As he shows the person and the humility of God's Son. And as you read that, you discover just how much he loved us. You discover the length that God went to have a relationship with you and I. And and we look at the work of Christ. And when you look at that, it's these words in Philippians in chapter 3 that I just, every time I come to them, it just brings a smile. Philippians 3 verse 1 says this: "Whatever happens, my dear brothers and sisters, rejoice in the Lord. I never get tired of telling you these things, and I do it to safeguard your faith." These things that Paul is talking about is our ability to rejoice, our ability to have joy, our and the things of Christ. He never tires of telling them, and he says, "Rejoice." I'll tell you again, rejoice. And it's a safeguard for our faith. Sometimes we look around us, we allow the lies and the attacks on truth around us to bring us down. And Paul's saying this is a safeguard. I love reading, and I read Philippians in the Hawaiian Pidgin translation, Hawaiian Pidgin English, and I love how they put chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Stay good inside." Instead of that rejoicing, stay good inside and stay tight with God who is in charge. You see, joy, our rejoicing and joy is not dictated and mandated by the external things that are going on around us. It's not dictated by the lies that we see propagated in this world. It comes from truth. And truth himself, it comes from within. And it says when you and I have a relationship with Jesus Christ, that he comes to indwell us. The joy comes from within. And we need to stay close to the one who gives joy. Stay close to the one who is truth. And we need to pray for one another. I love that when I read Philippians, you hear Paul mentioning so many who are grappling in this faith and fighting for the faith with him. Epaphroditus and Timothy and others, and we need each other too. I appreciate just the ability to lift you guys up in prayer. And it is such an encouragement to me as your pastor when I receive a text or a call or a note or just in passing and someone says, Pastor, I'm praying for you. That means a lot because we all need that. I need that. So I guess my elder blip today is just reminding you that regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the lies that we see in this world that we live in, you and I can have joy, and it comes from within. If you haven't read Philippians recently, I would encourage you to read through that book and do it in a sitting. It doesn't take long. It's just 4 chapters. But oh, is it powerful. And I am sure that it'll brighten up your day. Have a blessed afternoon, and until next time, you take care.